everybody, welcome to Crafternoons. Today I'm going to be doing some flower and leaf printing with you. So all you really need is some flowers and leaves. You could also, for instance, I've got some lavender from outside. But when you are collecting your leaves and flowers, please make sure that you are not going into anyone else's garden and taking their flowers. That's a no-no. Make sure that you are socially distancing when you are looking for flowers, and obviously don't take any that are in the park that look like they are, there's not many of them, and when you are getting flowers, don't take all of them, make sure that there are some still there. I would stick to more basic ones which you can see around the place, like these kind of weird looking things, and daisies, because they're really common and you can find them about anywhere. And leaves, any type of leaves really. I've got a variation of leaves with me today. I've got some eucalyptus, which is in front of our house. I'm not really sure what this is. It came with this, so so Dandelion Leaves. And then I found these little things outside of the house as well, which are quite good for making patterns out of. So I'm just going to show you different ways to do that using pens. So if you've got anything like Sharpies or felt tips, these can work. These are a good way of making prints. I'm also going to show you how to do it with these stamps if you have any stamps about, and I'm also going to show you how to do it with acrylic as well. So poster paints work as well, something which is quite thick basically. So I'm going to start off just showing you how you can do it with the Sharpies. When you are doing it with the Sharpies, just be a little careful that you don't, if they're like quite a thin leaf, like this one's quite thin. So the sharper with leaves, not so much flowers. So what you want to do is, I'm going to put it like here. Also, if you're doing any of these, remember to put something down to protect your table. My fiance would kill me if I got anything on this table. And also be careful when you're using the paint so you don't get paint on your sofa or something like that, because that's not a good idea. So I'm going to do a rainbow leaf. So this is what the technique will look like. It does look quite abstract, but you can do things with it afterwards. So I'm going to use pink, I'm going to use orange, and purple. So if you just start, okay, you see what I mean? If you're too rough, it makes holes in the leaf. But you've got to carefully, but quite quickly, because the pen will dry, start drawing over the leaf. You could do it in a rainbow technique. Just draw over the leaf with your pen. And then I'm using my pink. There we go, cover the whole leaf like so. You can see it's all shiny. Then all you need to do is pop it on your paper. So I'm using card here, but you can use paper. And then just push it down like that. So it's all down. And then when you lift it up, you can see you've got all the veins. It means that if you've got lots of different colours on your Sharpies or felt tips, it's quite a quick and easy and not so messy way. So if you see the one I did earlier, if you look in there, you can see all the different veins of the leaf, which is quite interesting. and it looks quite abstract, these kind of techniques. So the other idea, ignore that, I've literally printed it onto your thing that I did your instructions of. So that's another quite simple way, just stamping. So I'm going to find another leaf for you. So which one shall I use now? I'm going to use, oh, it smells really good, lavender. The eucalyptus, I don't know actually, this one's quite interesting. There's quite a lot of, if you look at this one, it's got loads of different veins on it. So, and it's quite a small one, so it'll be easier to print. So literally all you need to do is, so this is just one of those ink presses that comes with either the letters or stamps. So just press it in, press down. Make sure you press quite hard. As you can see, your fingers do get a little bit messy. Press it down hard, and then you can see the ink is on there. And then you just press it down hard again, like I was showing you before. And then you can get your print on there. So, hi Rachita. So that's just another idea. The other way of doing it is with the acrylics. As I said before, you could use poster paint as well. I've realised I don't actually have that many materials when I've been looking around. So I actually only have 3 colours of paint. So I've got a red, I've got a white, and I've got a blue. But I can mix the white and the red together to make pink. So I'm just getting a tiny bit out because I don't want it to go everywhere. As I said before, make sure you put something down on your table before you get paints out, because you don't want your table to get messy. Particularly this table, I don't think will be particularly happy if I got it messy. So I've also got some water here. Don't know if you can see. I'll tilt this down a bit so you can see it a bit better. So I'm going to show you a few things you can do. So I'm going to do a proper flower first. So I've got one out of the garden. It's gone a bit flimsy now though. I'm going to experiment and see what the daffodil does. So if you just get your paint and paint directly onto the flower. Oh, got too much stuff on this desk. So I'm going to do it in front of you here. I can go on the floor. They can go away now, and that can go away now. Clear the desk a bit. I don't know what all this Tupperware's about. Okay, so I'm gonna, what colour shall I do? So I'm gonna flatten the flower a bit beforehand, so that it comes on, the paint goes on properly. So just flatten it slightly. And then I'm gonna choose the white and the red, just mix the colours together a bit to get a pinkish colour. Then I'm gonna directly go onto the flower, paint it on. And try and cover the entire flower with the paint. There we go, so I've put it on there. And then get your paper and put your flower on there and flatten it down like so. And then when you lift it up, carefully, because it looks like the flower's going to rip, you've got quite an abstract flower print there. So that's quite a nice little thing you can do there. So if you wanted to, you could make a card and put that directly on. If you want to do something slightly more abstract, what you can also do is grab these kind of little flowers, and then I'm going to use a mixture of colours here. So just dab it completely on. Just dab it on to the little flowers. I'm using a mixture of colour here. See what happens. But it's a matter of just experimenting as well. I've tried a few different techniques this morning just to see what I could get. So just put it on and then stamp it down like that. So there you've got an abstract mix there. I'll show you the one I did this morning as well. So this one, I got into the flowers a bit more, and you can see that the flowers have come up. Whereas this time I've made it slightly more abstract there. So, sorry about that, it deleted halfway through, so I'm just going to finish off the video and show you what I did when the camera went off. So I made these prints out of using one of these daffodil flowers. So all I did was I mixed the red, blue and white together to create a purple. And then printed the leaves. So remember not to make it too thick or else it won't come on. Made quite an abstract colour there. Not colour. And then covered the entire thing. Abstract layers is what I meant to say there. And what you do is just press it hard down like this. And you've got some abstract flower there. Another thing I wanted to show you is you can use the lavender. Ooh, that's why we have the sheet of paper down. If you get it onto, again I'm going to mix into a kind of abstract colour here, mixing all the colours together. If you just stroke it like that, and try and get as many of the bits of lavender leaf or petal, I'm not really sure what you would call it, like that. And then what you need to do is then push it down and you get another abstract thing there. So what I was showing, what you can do is, with the abstract piece that you made before, what you can do is just chop it out. So when the video cut off, I showed you that you could also, to make a card, you could, if you previously printed onto another piece of paper, you can just chop it off and put it on like that. Or if you've got some abstract, you could create a shape. So I'm just going to do a love heart. Obviously you can draw this out before if you want to, you don't have to directly cut it out. There you go. So there's your abstract shapes, and then you could put it onto a card like that. So I'm going to quickly show you, you can make a flower out of the two, an abstract flower card out of the two I've just shown you. So grab your lavender leaf, or whatever we call it. Carrie probably knows what they're called. petals or stem, leaves, the bits of lavender, that's what I'm going to call it. Get your bit of lavender. And then if you, okay, so print it going that way on. So going diagonally on, so flatten it and press it down. So you've got a print like that. You can then get one of these flowers, or you could use your daffodil again, which mine's got a bit fallen apart. Get your colour, put your colour on, directly onto it. Then you can press a few times. So you can print more than once as well. And there you've kind of made an abstract bunch of flowers. So that's just one idea you can do, but you can experiment, you can use the abstract shapes out of the mini things, or you can have a direct flower that looks like a flower, like the daffodil one. But obviously if you are using shapes which are very flower-like shaped, for instance, I'm going to just show you what a daisy would look like. Oh yeah, I pressed the daisy, that's what you're going to see in a minute. Oh, they're over here. So with the daisy, it will come out with a quite nice flower shape because it's quite a flower. The shape of the flower looks like a flower, if that makes sense. Whereas I suppose the daffodil looks a bit more abstract. So just paint it all on, push down, and you'll see that it does look more like a flower shape. I'm going to show you one last thing quickly to end this video, is how to press flowers. So what you need to do, I'll very quickly demonstrate, is get a bit of tissue or a newspaper, place your flower in the position that you would like it to be pressed in, press it down like that. Sorry, I'm doing it off my phone so it's not the best. There, press it down. I will then take another one and press it down. Okay, and once you've pressed the flowers down onto your newspaper or your piece of tissue, fold it in like that, and then you want to take a book, a heavy book, and close it in, and what you need to do is then press it in a warm place for a few days. I would get some more books as well, pile the books up so that it's heavy and it presses it down. You can do this with lots of different flowers. I particularly like violets whenever I've done it. My name, Iona, in Greek is Violet, so violets are my favourite ones to do. But you can also do daisies, you can do these ones as well, the daffodil leaves, the flowering bits. There's a range of different flowers you can do. And then once you've pressed your flowers, what you could do is make a card and stick it on, and then you've got an Easter card ready. So if you press your flowers now, they will be ready. They should be ready in time for Easter if you wanted to make a pressed card. Sorry that the video kept cutting out. I'm not so sure what's going on with my laptop today, but I will get that ready for my next session. On Monday, we will have Victoria will be doing the session, And also don't forget to tune in today at 4 o'clock on Artcore Gallery, where Natasha Joseph will be talking about her artwork in the Artist Takeover. So again, sorry that the video kept cutting out. See you later, and hope you enjoyed my flower prints.